Hyliion stock has finally changed name from SHLL to HYLN. The merger has been approved, and as Thomas Healy rang the bells at the New York Stock Exchange, the stock just sold off. Now, at the time of this video, the stock is down to $39 and $38 if you look at the pre-market, which is more than 25% down from where it was just a week ago. What is going on, and is there any specific reason for the stock being down so much? And is this a good buy opportunity, maybe? If you're new here, my name is Sam and welcome to the channel. If you found this valuable, please press that like button. It would help out my channel a lot. Also subscribe if you want to see more updates on these companies. Apparently 95% of my viewership is not subscribed to the channel, so it would be awesome if we change that. So back to Hyliion, which now has a ticker symbol HYLN. What is going on? If we take a look at the stock graph, it is clear that you would have made a lot of money if you bought the stock back in June. And since the end of August, it has kind of been bouncing between the high 30s and the low 50s, and it has reached an interesting point right now. Will it break its support and continue its drop, or will it bounce and start its journey towards new all-time highs? Personally, I think the latter is more likely, but I would be just fine if it dropped more first. You see, way too many people gamble in the stock market, just following trends and buying whatever is going up at the time and selling whatever is going down. This is known as the classic buy high and sell low strategy, where losing money is a given. And I think Hyliion has fallen victim to those people. It started its hype quite a long time ago, almost 4 months now, and at this point people are just expecting so much of it. It doesn't help that people have gotten so used to these companies telling everyone about their ambitious and optimistic dates for the manufacturing of their vehicles to start, and how their specific fuel system or technology is the best and will revolutionize its industry. Now, don't get me wrong, I totally believe that Hyliion will disrupt its market with its new and innovative technology, but they're just being more realistic in their statements. When Thomas Healy was asked about the mission of Hyliion and how going public will help the company on the day of their merger, he simply answered,
"What does Hyliion going public mean for the broader electric vehicle space?"
Yeah, Hyliion is focused on bringing electrification to the trucking industry, one of the industries that is one of the largest producers of emissions. And by bringing this electrification technology forward, we're able to drastically reduce those greenhouse gas emissions that come from these trucks and ultimately can make it a cleaner planet.
Okay, and so you are the youngest CEO of a publicly traded company, so a noteworthy moment here as well for you. Why is now the right time to take a company public even amid the pandemic?
So this transaction really allows us to fully fund our business plan and move our technology into commercialization. You can see the trucks that are behind me right now. Those are trucks that are already out on the road and deployed. We have one of our customer trucks, Wegmans, here today with us. And we're able to take the capital we're bringing in from this transaction and move into volume production and continue to deploy more of our units out in the road.
First of all, I think it is quite noteworthy that Thomas Healy is only 28 years old and still has managed to take the company this far. I think it speaks to his competence and confidence in the trucking field. Second of all, notice how there is an actual real Hyliion truck behind him and how they, unlike Nikola, actually have revenue going for them and how they already have 2 million trucking miles. Now, they are still relatively small, but their forecast for 2022 is $344 million in revenue and nearly $2.1 billion in 2024, as they begin to commercialize their fully electric powertrain. And the next big aspect where Hyliion differs from Nikola, and this is the main reason why I think they are selling off right now, is that they are just being simple, honest, and realistic. And obviously, Thomas Healy believes in his company and is expecting great things. And sure, their forecast of $2.1 billion of 2024 is quite high, but just compare this to Nikola, who casually talks about themselves as a $100 billion company. And this is where the problem lies.
I mean, this is a $100 billion company.
$100 billion
company because it's solving the biggest problem, which is decarbonizing transport fuel. That's the biggest problem. Honestly, that's the hardest thing to do.
People are expecting so much from these companies that whenever someone competent and realistic, such as Thomas Healy, comes around and says that in 10 years their goal is to be driving down the highway and see trucks with Hyliion powertrains. He said that there will be other trucks that are electric as well with a different approach, and he hopes that all these technologies are successful as they are ultimately trying to make this shift to electric together. And that the more people who are focused on this shift, the better off they will all be. This sounds very sensible and makes me trust in Thomas and his work. But apparently the market has gotten so used to sensationalism that they constantly expect new and flashy, sensationalist news on what a company is about to do next. Guys, of course Hyliion is a speculative investment, but it is not a gamble. If you are one of those people who bought it at 50 because it was simply going up, and then sold it today or yesterday because it was going down, that is gambling and not investing. The fundamentals have not changed one bit, and if you do your own due diligence, I really can't say that word, and decide that this is a good investment, then short-term movements should not change that. I personally believe that Hyliion should be worth more than it is currently, as long as it can meet the expectations. But if they actually manage to have a revenue of over $2 billion in 2024, the stock price will be so much higher. At its current prices, the market cap is barely $6 billion, and I would not be surprised if the price could climb up far above $100 by the end of next year if they stay on track with their progress, which they have until now. And guys, it's definitely a company for the future. Their trucks literally have negative emissions, meaning they actually clean the air instead of polluting it, and I love that. Trucks will always be necessary, and they are almost recession-proof, and they have both a hybrid truck and a fully electric truck, which can allow companies for a very smooth transition into going green. So yeah, if you believe in them like I do, just keep calm and dollar cost average on, and a correction or pullback would just mean cheaper stocks. So just see that as a buying opportunity. Now just please remember guys, there's of course quite a lot of risk associated with these kinds of investments, which is why I prefer to invest into the entire sector and stay as diversified as possible. Even though Hyliion seems very promising, there is of course no guaranteed way to know whether there will be a major supplier of trucks in 10 years from now. But this is reflected in the possible upside and the potential for massive gains. So that concludes today's video. Please give it a like if you enjoyed it, and as I said earlier, 95% of my viewers are not subscribed to the channel, so please subscribe if you want to see more similar content. It really encourages me to work hard and provide more content for you guys. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.